Good day, great day, and grand day to you all. Welcome back to another segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. My name is Dr. Terry Audate, and my dad passed away, guys. That's the topic for today. So, I'm a daddy's girl. Didn't necessarily grow up with my dad. He was actually missed growing up. He was what you would consider an absent father. Nonetheless, over the years, we healed, we laughed, we cried. My dad has shared with me how proud of me he is despite his absence, but I don't hold that against him at all. It's transitioning to the other side is an interesting thing. Many people would describe transitioning as death, dying, those kinds of terms. Sometimes, most of the times, I don't use those terms. Understanding this journey that we are on, understanding the plane that we are on, our spirit just transitions from one plane to another. And my dad's spirit did just that. Everyone asked, how am I doing? How's everything? Send their well wishes and sympathies and condolences. And I certainly do appreciate it. And thank you for those of you who are watching, who were a part of that group. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you checking in on me. But I'm good. I am good. I feel like when someone transitions, because my understanding of what happens on the other side, I feel that because of that understanding, it makes things so much more easier. Now, I know for the vast majority of the population or people in the world, when someone transitions, it's very difficult emotionally, mentally, physically. Those ties are severed. Those emotional ties, the love, the care, or the actual presence of that individual is interrupted due to transitioning. And some people take it better than others. We call it grief. That period of time after someone transitions, you grieve that person, and it can be extremely difficult. And as a therapist, helping others through grief, I certainly can understand and help that person, people through that process, because grief or grieving someone takes time. For me, I want to say my process or my experience of my dad transitioning is one of understanding and one of I'm at peace. I'm at peace because I learned and healed my hurt, my pain, the outcome or the reality that my dad wasn't really present, but because as an adult, as we grew together and healed together, I was able to let it all out on the table. I was able to share with Dad and say things and communicate my feelings as raw as can be about what life was for me without him. And not to dwell on the time that he wasn't there, but I say that to say the time that I did have with him, I took advantage of. And I took advantage in ways of being there as much as I can. But certainly every time we were in each other's company, taking advantage of that time and really using that time to heal and laugh and cry and again, letting it all out on the table. And that I did. And regardless of who my dad is and was and what he did and didn't do, I love him nonetheless. I love him even more because of the opportunity and the time that we shared. I love him even more because he allowed me to speak my truth. He allowed me to pour on him, vomit on him all that I was feeling, and I respect him for that. And I left it all out on the table, so therefore I don't have any regrets. I don't have anything that I wish I could have, would have tell him. I didn't have, I used every minute that I could to love on him, to laugh with him, to cry with him, to help him as much as I can, and still be that daddy's girl. I do want to say that I do not deny that grief is difficult and can be for many. And I know sometimes people, especially when someone is ill, people tend to think and feel that they're in a better place. And that's not necessarily true. And I know I'll get a lot of kickback for that, but I gotta put it out there. Death is a transition, yes, but we're spiritual beings, and we're spiritual beings first. And so before we came here, we're spirit. As we come here, or as we're here on the planet, we're spirit, and when we leave, we're spirit. And so the lessons that we decided and we agreed to learn when coming here, we are still responsible for those lessons, learned or unlearned, when we transition. And so when people say that they're in a better place, doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have issues and work to do. The work continues and will never cease when you transition. And so many of you feel like, well, I want to die, and when I die, I won't have to deal with this anymore. That is not true. When the body ceases to exist and the spirit transitions, you still have to meet with the Creator, meet your Maker. You are not in the body, and so all those issues are ever so present in your face. And you will kick your butt for thinking that, or you will be upset with yourself to some degree when you transition, when you realize the struggles and the pain and the triumphs and the transgressions that you experience on the planet look so achievable on the other side, look so minute. And so on that side, you tend to still have regret. You don't escape your lessons. You don't escape anything. And so just like everyone else at some point, and everyone at some point will transition, know that when you do, you still have work to do. So why not start the work now? Why wait? Start your work, start your journey, start your healing, start expanding your consciousness. Start now. Don't wait because it's harder. Don't wait. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Let's start learning those lessons here on this planet so that when you do transition, you can celebrate. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your listening ear. Thank you all for continuing to support Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. I appreciate you all. Remember that you're loved. Mwah. Bye. Namaste. And there you have it on another segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. Thank you once again all for watching. Remember to click that thumbs up and subscribe. Also, remember you're loved. Namaste.